guys, so I just wanted to jump on and say hello. I'm actually driving to like near Long Beach. My friend's having a birthday. I just went and got a bunch of Armenian pastries from this really popular Armenian bakery called Babylon International Bakery. They have locations all over LA. And I got basically Armenian berashkis or piroshkis. They have potato filled and meat filled. And then I also got bonchiks, which are basically like big beignets. And inside of them, they have either Nutella filling, custard, or they have like apricot, raspberry, and things like that. But yeah, I know everyone's been like, things have been really kind of just interesting recently in the US and in the world, especially this past week. I mean, as you probably already have seen from my previous video, I've talked about, you know, the police brutality. I think a lot of people are in pain and suffering, so it's important to recognize that. And there's a lot of people who are overly focused on the looting aspect and the riot aspect, and I think that's unfortunate. But ultimately, I have seen both perspectives on my social media. One perspective is an over focus on the looting and the riots, as opposed to understanding why these people are doing that. And then the second narrative or aspect or whatever is that people are literally saying it's good that it's happening. I'm not for or against any types of protest, and I think all are legitimate forms. I totally understand that. Another thing about the MLK quote that seems to be like coming up a lot.
In 2 miles, keep left onto I-110 south towards San Pedro.
So the MLK quote is that riots are the voice of the unheard, or the language of the unheard. But later on in the speech, which of course this is not shared because people pick and choose, he says that, I mean, now I need to look it up and I can't, but like, he says something to the effect of, but this isn't the right way to do things. Like, that's what he's basically saying. So you need to understand that context is extremely important, and when you take things out of their context, especially quotes like that, you're actually being like, basically, it's a disgrace to like the people who said those things, because you're taking one tiny thing and then you're like spinning it into a different narrative. And I'm not saying it's intentional, I'm just saying like it happened.
Use the left 3 lanes to...
I think something needs to be done on a national level. That's the thing where people talk shit, like don't realize, is like, that's why this is happening. Like, that's why it's come to this point where like people feel the need to go to such drastic lengths because they don't feel heard. And it's like, at this point, like, something needs to be done. And yes, like, things are going to be blown up, things are going to be put on fire, because if that's what it takes to get like the leadership's attention and get society's attention, it's more so society, not even just the leadership, because it's, yeah. So I think that that's what it's come to. Like, it's not positive, it's not negative, it's just, that's what's happening. You know what I mean? Another thing I want to point out is like, I do know the fact that like there are people not involved in these movements who are doing certain things. I've seen like videos of people who are not involved, apparently. They're not even with the group of the protests, and they're doing these things, and obviously it's like infiltration that happens in any sort of movement. So I'm not surprised at all. And I just really wish that something is done because of all the attention on this. I'm really hoping and praying that like this situation is finally fucking taken care of. And it's not just police brutality. Like I mentioned, police brutality is just a symptom, so there does need to be some comprehensive, holistic process that unfolds. But I mean, maybe it starts here. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm almost at my friend's for the birthday, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.